Hello.
Well, howdy.
We're back.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Hurrah. I reckon we should just get straight into it. So welcome back for those who've come back.
We have to finish the list today.
Yeah,
if you've been watching previously, we've been crossing off all the songs. This is only, by the way, the songs that Mal and I do together, the ones that I know. Mal's got a whole heap of other ones too. Woohoo.
Lurking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thanks for coming along. And we're going to start with a song called Hibited Habited. Hibited is like uninhibited without the double negative in it. Yeah, it's a stupid thing. And so I thought because Hibited Habited sounds like something you'd have it in a jig. Hibited Habited, Hibited Habited, Hibited. But because I'm slightly obsessed with slip jigs, I made it a slip jig. So this is a little slip jig that I wrote. I actually wrote it as a sideways yodeling thing. Whoa. So I do some sideways yodeling in the middle of this, which will be fun. Okay, here we go. Habited, each opportunity, grab it and do it and say it with zeal, really true to the way that you feel. Hibited, habited, yes, you see, no double negative necessary, hence never coy and afraid. Jump the fence and join the parade. Decorum is boring, ignore it, forget etiquette is pathetic. Deep, make a leap, go exploring, don't hesitate, lick your plate. Diplomacy, honesty, sure it's a balancing act, but the fact is attacked as it's trapped out a lost time to cross the line. Grow a spine and dance like there's nobody judging, and sing like nobody's tuning in. You don't need to be drunk or drugged up to be jolly and smile. Even if you get snubbed for a while, they may doubt your sanity, but don't let their inanity dull your humanity. Happily hibited, habited, each opportunity, grab it and do it and see it with zero truth in the way that you feel. Hibited, habited, yes, I see no but a negative necessary, hence never coin afraid. Jump the fence, come and join the parade. Decorum is barring, ignore it, forget etiquette, pathetic, deeply, becoming slowly, don't hesitate. Lick your plate, diplomacy, honesty, sure it's a balancing act, but the fact is attacked as a trapped out and lost time to cross the line. Grow a spine and dance like there's nobody judging and sing like nobody's tuning in. You don't need to be drunk or drugged up to be jolly and smile. Even if you get snubbed for a while, they may tell your sanity, but don't let their inanity dull your humanity. Wait.
Hold that thought.
Opportunity, grab it, do it, and say it with zeal. Really true to the way that you feel. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Well, that's it.
That was Hibited Habited.
Well, let's continue in the same vein.
Indeed. Oh, always good to learn to switch your guitar on halfway through the song when you're coming back to it. But that was fun. I like the extra tension of...
Well, there was a
And
bit
we're
of
back.
waiting in that one anyway, wasn't there? There's only so much juggling of instruments you can do. Right. Why though?
This, ladies and gentlemen, is an Imbira. And this is a song like... I'm going to play a little song on the Imbira.
Oh, yeah, this is lovely.
Yeah. This is called The Missing Link. And I actually wrote this for my gran. I'm going to do another song for my gran. A bit later in the
It's
set.
all about Gran today.
It's all about me gran. And
It's great. We don't often get to do this one. In fact, I think we've only done it once or twice maybe.
yeah.
This is why we love doing the list, because we get to do everything.
Everything.
Yay.
So yeah, I wrote a little. This is a 3-chord song, but it's not your normal 3-chord song because it just goes 1 4 5 1 4 5 1 4 5 for the whole song. The chords for the whole song. But the phrasing doesn't stay to that 3, so it phrases in 4 against it. And when I first sang this little melody over these chords to my granny, she said, "Oh, I think that's the nicest thing I've heard you write." It's like, really? She really liked this tune, so I turned it into a little song. And
She was very honest with you, wasn't she, with her feedback?
Yes, sometimes a little too honest. She once, I think I've said this before, but she once, I played her a song and she said, "Oh, that's pathetic." And I went, "Really?" And she said, "As in bad." And she went, No, it's pathetic as in inspiring pathos." I went, Okay.
It's a
Thanks,
good one
man.
to pull out when someone, does.
That's
something.
pathetic. No. It's inspiring pathos. So that's a bit cheap. Anyway. So if you try to follow the chord changes of this one, you might get a little bit lost because it just keeps going out of sync. But that's its job. This is called The Missing Link. I had a whole bunch of unrelated ideas, and I thought, well, I'll stick them all in the song and call it The Missing Link. And I had the idea of having an album cover, which I never got around to, of having me pretending to be a gibbon. You know that classic time life picture of the gibbon swinging across a rope, of having me doing it but being hairy, and calling the album The Missing Link. I never got around to that, but maybe one day. It's not over yet. Well, I can still swing on ropes. Here we go. You ready? Oh, let's do that again because I stuffed it up. Okay, here we go. These three chords tangle up into a song to make Cupid's bow twang along. If rain clouds and make you take a dive, play 1, 4, 5, and cherubs tend to thrive. With love for the missing link, the hole in the grail, the kitchen sink. Ice cream's lovely and Vegemite rocks, but mixing them's bound to be pox. And yet it's the meeting of extremes, exceeds the dreams, as gross as it first seems. This love for the missing link, the hole in the grail, the kitchen sink. The homework the dog once ate, the odd socks mate, and my smile might make you think that I'm insane. If Gormlet's aloof is your game, I don't know you from a bar of soap, but I'd still hope we help each other cope. With love for the missing link, the hole in the grail, the kitchen sink. The homework the dog once ate, the odd socks mate, and shredding is okay. At this point you'd expect a middle 8. A bridge with a 6 could be great, although if there's nothing to improve, repeat your move, a rut is just a groove. With love for the missing link, the hole in the grail, the kitchen sink. The homework the dog once ate, the odd socks mate, and shredding is okay. And of course it goes without saying that. Let's go from the chorus again.
Yep.
With love for the missing link, the hole in the grail, the kitchen. The homework the dog once ate, the odd socks mate, and shredding is okay. And of course it goes without saying that I don't long to be right at every turn, when wrong's such a bright way to learn. And if there's no answer there to miss, accepting this is tantamount to bliss. This love for the missing link, the hole in the grail, the kitchen sink. The homework the dog once ate, the odd socks mate, and shredding is okay. And of course it goes without saying that, not to mention, end with wit and profundity sublime. If not, then at least make it rhyme. So flap little dove and rise above the push and shove and good old hand in glove. With love for the missing link, the hole in the grail, the kitchen sink. The homework the dog once ate, the odd socks mate, and shredding is okay. And of course it goes without saying, with love for the missing link, the hole in the grail, the kitchen sink. The homework the dog once ate, the odd socks mate, and shredding is okay. And of course it goes without saying that, not to mention. Oh, nice one. I don't know what happened there.
That was my bad.
Was
I'm
it?
sorry.
Oh, don't worry about that. It was kind of fun.
Oh, but it's...
I think it's like pulling back the curtain and going, oh, see?
Damn it.
They're not
It's
just...
because every verse is a
Amazing.
slightly different length. Like, slightly different.
Every chorus is different. The chorus grows. No, that's all right. I was fully convinced it was my fault.
Should we do
but
it
that's
again? No.
my job.
Let's
No.
Let's... dive in.
Okay,
really
yeah, let's
deep.
do that.
Oh, new song. Yeah, so we're not giving anyone the chance to request anything yet. You
No,
can in a
but
little
yeah.
while. But we really want to do this one before it falls out of our head again.
And before we freak out and don't do it.
Yeah. There's a lot of things to organise. Loops have to be in the right direction. Instruments have to be in the right place. I know a lot of you saw the lyrics Mal posted. They're very, very cool. So, yeah, Pod, the new song, which is all about learning stuff and always learning, and you don't know what you don't know. And that's okay. You just, when you learn something, you go, yay.
And once you know that you don't know what you don't know, it's all good. Yeah, and also, my dad, it's about, this is all true stories. So my dad with the pea pods and his students who didn't know that peas grew in pods. And then Dad saw me eating a carrot bean and didn't know what the carrot bean was. And so it's like this evolving lesson that's gone through my life. And eventually, only a couple of years ago, I suddenly went, how come I don't know what cashew shells look like? How come I've never seen a cashew shell? And it suddenly weirded me out, and I did the research and went, that's why I haven't seen a cashew shell. Do you know about cashew shells? Yeah, full on. Anyway, so that's what this song's about. And my dad passed away about, how many years ago now is it? 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 years ago. So I think he would have liked this song. This is dedicated to my dad. And also this got an interesting bit of music. Of course, I can't help myself. This has... The pattern is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Which if you just do it without any breaks, it adds up to 24. And if you put in the breaks in between, it adds up to 32, which is very convenient. So we do the 24 beat version in the middle as a waltz, and then all the rest of it's in 32 beat version, going up the scale to match the numbers. And I put some fun chords against it. So, oh, well, you'll hear it. I'm not going to explain it.
Hey, my
now.
dad's watching.
Jesus.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, hi.
And Taz from London. Hi.
So I'll put the beat down. Here we go. That's right, Kylie Morrigan playing the flute. Yeah, do another lap, do another lap. Here we go. Oh no, do another lap.
Oh, no.
Oh, what? Okay, let's do coming all together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. My dad found it appallingly odd when his students didn't know the peas grew in a pod. Not a can on a shelf or a bag in a freezer. He helped each teach themselves to be a clever geezer, 'cause they don't know what they don't know till they find it right under their nose, hiding there in plain sight. So Dad gave them the full pea origin story. It was jolly enthralling, neither boring nor gory. But ironically, 3 decades later, as I ate a carrot pod, Dad asked, what's that? And on the other foot the shoe was shod. You know you don't know what you don't know. You might find it right under your nose, hiding there in plain sight. The more that you learn, the more you learn that there's more to learn, lurking in turn, hiding there in plain sight. Well, I was more than 40, I'm not ashamed to tell, when it dawned on me I'd never seen a cashew shell. So I saw the full cashew origin story of this Brazilian tree fruit in all its orangey glory. But it's crazy nutcases, internal fluids infernal, and in turn returns the yield of but a solitary kernel. So, yep, I know, I don't know what I don't know. I might find it right under my nose, hiding there in plain sight. The more that you learn, the more you learn that there's more to learn, lurking in turn, hiding there in plain sight. It waits patiently, invitingly, crying, look at me, I've been right here all your life in plain sight. Dad got older and forgot what he'd been told. Friends would remind him and then he'd get to learn it all over again. New tricks for old dogs, no use by date. Let the cat be curious, it's never too late to wonder what is it, what's in it, who made it, and how, where's it from, how to get here, how's it work, wow, is it renewable, repairable, recyclable, reusable, acquired inquiries, the required task, the only truly dumb question is the one you don't ask, so yep, you know you don't know what you don't know, you might find it right under your nose, hiding there in plain sight. The more that you learn, the more you learn that there's more to learn, lurking in time, hiding there in plain sight. It's not camouflage creeping about, it's just standing out, flying a kite, looming large in plain sight. Maybe it's more like a butterfly prepubescently biding its time till it's right to take flight. Maybe it's a seed that'd be apt, knowing growing needs rain and sunlight to sprout out to gain height. You know you don't know what you don't know, you might find it right under your nose, hiding there in plain sight. The more that you learn, there's more to learn, there's more to learn, lurking in turn, hiding there in plain sight. You know you don't know what you don't know, you might find it right under your nose, hiding there in plain sight. The more that you learn, there's more to learn, there's more to learn, lurking in turn, hiding there in plain sight. You know you don't know what you don't know, you might find it right under your nose, hiding there in plain sight. The more that you learn, there's more to learn, there's more to learn, lurking in turn, hiding there in plain sight. You know you don't know what you don't know, you might find it right under your nose, hiding there in plain sight. The more that you learn, there's more to learn, there's more to learn, lurking in turn, hiding there in plain sight. You know you don't know what you don't know, you might find it right under your nose, hiding there in plain sight. The more that you learn, there's more to learn, there's more to learn, lurking in turn, hiding there in plain sight. You know you don't know what you don't know, you might find it right under your nose, hiding there in plain sight. The more that you learn, there's more to learn, there's more to learn, lurking in turn, hiding there in plain sight. You know you don't know what you don't know, you might find it right under your nose, hiding there in plain sight. The more that you learn, there's more to learn, there's more to learn, lurking in turn, hiding there in plain sight. You know you don't know what you don't know, you might find it right under your nose, hiding there in plain sight.
We made it! Yay!
You might not realize that's the first time we've ever played that in public, and it's kind of high pressure doing it as a live stream.
It's as much about the choreography as it is. It's like, I've got to make sure everything's at hand. And which line do I play where? Anyway,
Now
now we get to the really exciting
gives us
bit.
great pleasure to invite to the stage to our lounge room, the amazing, I know you're already on, the incredible, the astounding, the incomparable Sarah Curro. Now, here comes the stand, here comes the Sarah. And it's very exciting that we have two Paul Davies violins on stage today. There's one beautifully painted. And if you want to find out about that, look in the description of this video and you get to a link to the whole story of this violin and its painting.
Yours is easier to get off. Can you just let Sarah talk for a second about it?
Hey, tell us something.
So, hi everybody. So nice to be here. Mel and Kylie are two of my favourite people in the whole world. The songs that we're about to play, their third one called Anything is my favourite song ever written of all time, of any song I've ever heard. It's so great. Glue yourselves to the screen. Listen to the words. They are just epic and funny and awesome. And this violin, speaking of epic and awesome...
You realise I almost aimed the mic at the violin. That's not going to help, sorry.
Yeah, so this violin was made by my husband, Paul Davies, and his company Spur Violins makes them. Kylie's got one, this awesome 6-string, 5-string, what does he call them?
I think this is just an acoustic 5-string.
Okay,
and
great.
I just put the band on to make it.
I see. Amplified, right. Okay, and now
call it Flash.
it's
I'm not on
as
the
in Flash
microphone.
Gordon.
Well, I think one time I was in the workshop and we said, "Oh, it's a bit Flash, isn't it?" And he went, "Ooh."
So one day I met someone called Reverse Butcher, and I'd seen her artwork, and I thought, she should paint a violin for me. And I asked her, and then she did it. And so that wasn't enough that she painted the violin. She also wrote an essay about the process. And then she handed me a book with all of the original drawings of what went on later. And then I said, let's make a book. So it's an iBook with audio and video and visuals and essays, and it's just really cool. And it's called This Is Not a Violin. It is a doorway. That's all I have to say for this evening.
That's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen. Excellent. So, let's do picture first. We'll build up to Sarah's favourite song. We're going to start with a song which I wrote with no one particularly in mind. It was one of those moments where you write a song hoping that someone will come along that will suit the song. Tragic story of a single guy writing songs. And that's really sad. No, then Kylie came along and it was all good. Hurrah! So finally, all those songs I wrote as a lonely, dodgy singer guy, I finally have someone to sing them for. Yay! Excellent. So this is called, it's all about artwork. So if anyone knows what gouache is, this has a little line about gouache in it. But it's but
the artists go,
gouache. It's such a good word, as well as being a great medium. This is dedicated to a songwriter who I particularly like, called Michael Franks. And I love Michael Franks and his way he'll just turn any subject into a love song or into a political song, or he's just a beautiful songwriter. So always been a fan. So this is my dedication to the fabulous Michael Franks, even though it's a love song and I sing it for Kylie, though dedicated to Michael Franks, just in case Michael Franks thinks I've got a crush on him. But maybe I'll
how could you not, though? He's gorgeous.
He's very good. Excellent.
Songs.
And actually, check out the chord change for the music nerds out there. It's inspired by a song called A Tune by Clifford Brown called Joy Spring, which goes around the song. Well, it's an AABA, and the A sections move up a tone and then makes its way back around. But I thought in this case I'd keep it moving around and then resolve itself. Anyway, you keep an eye on it. Each A section is in a different key. Goes F, then G, and then E flat to bring it back around again. And the bridge brings it back around. Does it make any sense to anyone? Sorry if it doesn't. Here we go.
Yeah,
it's
I tuned
exactly.
out too. Notice I'm just going,
Yeah.
Where's he saying all these letters and flats occasionally?
Anyway, it might make sense to someone out there. Write us a comment if it actually made sense to you. Anyway, here we go. If my heart could paint a picture of my love for you, you'd find my palette flying through the air and landing in a boggy swamp somewhere. It was thrown in desperation of pigmented imitation. I could waste 1,000 Derwents on your eyes alone. 1,000,000 beetles long to line your lips. Your hair is lost in soft acrylic drips. Even trying to catch the magic of your voice in gouache is tragic. And the falling stars and wells ignore my wish. Dolly thinks I should involve a fish. I watch my still life dance around the frame as my past of masterpiece bursts into flame. And now my studio is like a shrine to you. The pot plants in the windows shun the rain. They're watered by my tears of joy and pain. As the brokers try to sell you, I will wash my hands and tell you, if my heart could paint a picture of my love for you, you'd find my palette flying through the air. and the falling stars and wells ignore my wish. Darling, things I should involve a fish. I watch my still life dance around the frame as my pastel masterpiece bursts into flame. And now my studio is like a shrine to you. The pop plants in the window shun the rain. They're watered by my tears of joy and pain. As the brokers try to sell you, I will wash my hands and tell you, if my heart could paint a picture of my love for you, you'd find my palette flying through the air. You
it's
guys.
so much fun having Sarah here. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Oh, yes.
Give me my mute back.
Isn't she thoughtful? She's
Oh.
Excellent.
it's so
yes.
schmaltzy and good.
Excellent. Yeah, you
I
might
like
have
that
noticed
we get to do all the love songs. It's great.
they put on mutes for that song, which at the start of it.
Adds schmaltz.
For those who don't know about violin mutes, it's a little bit of rubber that sits up on the bridge and just makes everything sound all Mantovani.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay, this next song's another love song, and an unrequited love song that's slightly more specific, and it's called Your Grouse.
And this one was written
Oh yeah,
for Penelope
Aitken.
who made this. You just see
Made
the
the
edge
sculpture
of
over here.
this work of art here, this fantastic sculpture, which features in a lot of our gigs and
Yeah, we love it.
artwork, and she made this spectacular.
It's called Crossing Wire Borders.
Yeah, it's
And Penelope
gorgeous.
made it in I think her 4th year at uni, art. She was doing art at the same uni as me. But she went to school with me as well, and I had a crush on her at school. And but she only went out with footy players. Well, no, like that's an exaggeration. The
She's
songs,
sitting at home going, "That's not true."
that's not true. But anyway, so yeah, this is an unrequited love song, which I only got round to actually fully writing years and years after I was totally not over it, but over it. And this
Sorry,
is called Your
William's just,
Grouse.
Shuffle over a little bit.
Yeah, I don't want to crunch into. All right.
We don't want to do that.
Right. Sarah's the important one.
Well, I can go this way a little bit. Is that all good? If you're wondering who we're talking to Kylie's son, Kylie's
Will.
younger son, the fabulous Will Hook.
Will the Wonder Boy.
Oh, Will the Wonder Boy. And so yes, we'll thanks, Will. It's been great. This starts like this. 1, 2, 3. You're grouse, and I'm buggered if I know what else to say. Like Shatem Tiamo, all your girls could day. But the language may be getting in the way. It's your grouse, and I hold you in the highest of esteem. You're the best a female friend has ever been, but I think I've got a little bit too keen. Yeah, but you say you wish more boys could be like me, but how can you fail to see I'm waiting here patiently? But you're grouse, but it's hardly like we are the perfect match, 'cause aren't you the other girls are not a patch, and in life I seem to fumble every catch. And you're grouse, and I've never been a winner with the words. I'm a total loss at matrices and surds, so I don't even fit in with other nerds. Yeah, but you say you wish more boys could be like me, but how can you fail to see I'm waiting here patiently? 'Cause you're grouse, but the truth is too impossible to face, that the footy players are really more your pace. So my lover's a completely hopeless case, and your grouse is the only thing I have the guts to say. 'Cause my feelings may cause you grouse, you may just pity me and stay. Cause you're grouse. Cause you're grouse. Oh, isn't that sweet? There you go.
Sarah's
Thanks.
pretty grouse.
Oh, it's pretty grouse. Oh, for those who don't come from Melbourne, you might not know what the word grouse means in Melbourne. And grouse in Melbourne, grouse means really good. Okay, because in other parts of the world it means a little bird, and in other parts of the world it means a whiskey named after a little bird. So if so long as that song didn't confuse people too much, grouse means good. It did travel around Australia for a while, but then it's just settled back in Melbourne, didn't it? Grouse. There's still a few of us saying it. I'm not letting it go.
I know.
Now, time for anything. Now, this is a song that I wrote for my gran. One day I went to visit my gran, who was in an old people's home in Chirac. And I went in there and said, hey, do you want me to play some songs, Gran? And she said, sure. And I said, what would you like me to play? She was Scottish. She said, oh, anything. And I went, oh, if only I had a song called Anything. So I just made up a song called Anything on the spot. And it was a bit crap. But then I thought, well, okay, I'll go off and turn it into a proper song. And so this is what I've ended up with. So, yeah. It's a true story. Oh, I've got to put the drum stand first. I'll make sure it's not too fast. Yeah. That's not going to do much, is it? Oh dear. Had it set up for the last song. Okay, here we go. So we'll try that one more time. Sorry about that, kids. Okay. I asked my granny one fine day what song she'd like for me to play. Play anything, she said, just anything. So being a precocious brat, I improvised a ditty that was anything, a song called Anything. And though its strengths were rather meek, with Granny's help I sought to seek, to tweak it till it reached its peak, the umpteenth week its soul did speak. Yeah, but then a friend declared to me, in Oliver there's already an anything, a song called Anything. Ah crap, I said, now that's the worst. Some deck composer gets in first, and nothing's ever new, not anything. But great minds think convergently and rip off inadvertently. A million monkeys might agree, we're all rewriting history. 'Cause I'd do anything for you. If anything's the thing that brings you joy, that's what I do. Give me just a tiny clue, and I'll make it true, through and through. 'Cause I'd do anything for you. I'd do anything you say. If anything's the task you ask, it's bound to be okay. Change your mind in any way, and I'll start anew. Why don't you? 'Cause I'd do anything for you. But if you ask me to do everything, I'd firstly make a list. And if you wanted something badly, then I'd feel if you insist. But if you ask me to do nothing, I'd give it all I've got. To do less and less till nothing seems an awful lot. 'Cause I'd do anything but go, I really would. Although if leaving's what you want of me, I won't say no. Just so long as you come to, don't say adieu, say I do. 'Cause I'd do anything for you.
if you asked me to do everything, I'd firstly make the list. But if you wanted something badly, then I'd be if you insist. But if you asked me to do nothing, I'd give it all I got. To do less and less to nothing seems an awful lot. 'Cause
I'd do anything but go.
is that right?
Yeah, it is. Although if leaving's what you wanted me, I won't say no.
Hey, who is that?
I'm not sure. Just so long as you come to, don't say it's you.
Yeah. Say I do. 'Cause I'd do anything.
Well, you know, I'd do anything.
There she is again.
I'd do anything for you. Yay! So, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Curro!
Brilliant. Yes, elbows. Oh,
Brilliant.
how amazing is this woman, honestly?
Another hand, another distant hand.
And Sarah's also amazing at like commissioning writers to write incredible pieces for her to play.
true.
And she's such a go-getter.
I'm a go-getter.
Yeah.
go-getter.
Sign up to her mailing list and you'll find out all about the incredible things she's doing.
And go and get her.
I'm going to go-getter.
Go get
Go
her. Yeah,
get
go.
her.
I'm going to get that couch now. I'll go.
Thank you so much.
I just realised that stand didn't need to be in front of me for all that, but that's all right. I'm going to get this out of the way. Talk to them, Kylie.
Okay. Well, thank you all for coming. I should just actually check who's here, but I can't read from this far away because I've got old lady eyes. But I think my dom's here. Oh, Auntie Sue, hi. Thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, it's really lovely to be doing these gigs. We've been really enjoying it. And yeah, we're determined to get through to the end of the list today. So I should actually cross some things off, shouldn't I?
Oh, you could.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I'll move
Come
now.
back, Kylie. Come back.
How's that? Is that a good spot?
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Sweet. Well, yeah, we do have quite a list to go through. That we haven't actually checked if we have any requests yet. Have you not spotted any requests there, Winks? No. I think we should just play what the hell we want.
Oh, Jonathan's glad he thought he was worried he'd missed you, Sarah, but yeah, but he caught it.
Brilliant.
Thanks for tuning in. Isn't she amazing? Ah.
Excellent. So, well, that was kind of... We haven't done anything loopy for a while, so should we bust out something loopy?
Do you want to do Doona Hog?
Well, hang on. We should do Buttercup. Yeah, because there's a familial... was someone you know that likes Buttercup? Me. Oh, you? Oh, okay. You're in your
Okay,
family.
I'm going to dob you in then. You're going to come and help demonstrate the dance with me to start.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. So, yes, Buttercup. This is a song that I wrote because... once upon a time, I was thinking about the word buttercup. Then I thought, actually, you could do it as a dance called a buttercup. And now the reason I thought of that was because a friend of mine who was a Gambian dancer called Mbake, and I was playing in his band, and he used to do this dance where he'd go like that. And I started calling it the Buttercup, and that's where I sort of went, hang on, Buttercup, oh my God. And so I wrote this song, which is like a dance craze, which it hasn't quite caught on, but we're working on that. And it's... Oh, don't worry, Kai will talk you through it. Yeah, not during the actual song. And so it's very simple. Actually, can you come around and we'll just talk it through. Kai's going to help. Okay, so...
Just stand opposite me, but come in a little bit more, probably.
Perfect. Okay. Yep. Now, actually, come back. Yeah, this way a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Now, so so you're just grooving along, and then the line goes, "Gently zoom that yellow bloom beneath your partner's chin." Okay. So. Yep. Great. Now that's good.
Oh, it's mirroring you.
Okay. So yep, that's good. Now, so this is a little yellow flower called a ranunculus, or a buttercup, and when you put it under someone's under their chin, it grows yellow, which apparently means they like butter. It grows yellow. It glows yellow. Yes, and so it means they like butter. And so I based this dance around that. So put the flower under the chin, gently zoom that yellow bloom beneath your partner's chin, and there may show a golden glow upon that chinny skin. Yeah, so you do the hand. Yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely. And then put the finger in the air and go, "Fence!" Your task is to ask the spread on which they're keen. And then you roll your hands towards them. Your voice should carry like Bootsy or Barry, smooth as margarine as you utter. Then put the flower back and you, do you like butter? And we all say it together, do you like butter? You say it again, do you like butter? Fourth time, do you like butter? At which point you move around with a derriere. Yeah. Churning arms and a bovine stare. Then flick that buttercup in the air and walk away like you just don't care. Classic. Okay, so that's the dance. Get out of here. Sarah Curro on the dance demonstration there.
Good sport and all.
Excellent. So that's the dance. Do it at home. Don't do it at home. I'd like to dedicate this song to my faux pas, Alan, who hates audience participation. So in this case, he gets to sit at home and just do whatever the hell he likes, which is great. Excellent.
Go.
Let's put the beat down. It's a bit of a dance number. It's one of those classic funk grooves that doesn't hit the one. Here we go. Yeah, baby. That's where that's on that mist. The anticipated one is where you put the buttercup. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's bring this in. Grab yourself a partner quickly now. We can dance the buttercup, I'll show you how. It came from a game we played for hours, outstanding in the field of flowers. By the botanical name of ranunculus, it inflames a little funk unless the grooves improve. With the grooves it'll rack when no ambient move, a double on tone or two. And you gently zoom that yellow bloom beneath your partner's chin. There may show a golden glow upon that chinny skin. How fancy your task is to us, the spread on which they keen. Your voice should carry like boots, your bar smooth as margarine as you utter. Do you like butter? Tell me, Kai. Do you like butter? Help me out there. Do you like butter? Sing it up, everyone. Do you like butter? Oh, move around with a derriere, turning arms and a bovine step. Then put that buttercup in the air, walk away like you just don't care. Yeah. How'd you go? Did you do okay? Did you bump into someone as you walked away? Well, that's your new partner without a doubt.
Hi.
Updating's what the buttercup's all about. Hug what you love and let it wander yonder to ponder, growing fonder. Till one day you're reuniting rhythm, chewing the fat and ruminating rhythm. You're chewing the cut, ruminating rhythm, yeah. Gently zoom that yellow bloom beneath your partner's chin. You doing it? There may show a golden glow upon that chinny skin. How fancy your task is to us, the spread on which they keen. Your voice should carry like boots, your bar smooth as margarine as you utter. Do you like butter? Come on, help me. Do you like butter? Do you prefer lard? Do you like butter? Come on, kill. Do you like butter? Oh, move around with a derriere, turning arms and a bovine step. Then put that buttercup in the air, walk away like you just don't care. That's a buttercup. You don't know how it goes, just make it up. Ooh, that's a buttercup. No one really knows when you mess it up. Ooh, that's a buttercup. You don't know how it goes, just make it up. Don't grow roots and vegetate. Good things come to those who gyrate. Yeah. What you got, Kai? enough of that. Enough of that. Let's bring it back down to the guitar. Here we go. Not much there, is there? Yeah. Subtle. So slick. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do the last verse, and after the last verse, we're going to do the gently zoom section, but we're going to do it twice as fast. Yeah, so see if you can keep up with the hand movements. Yeah. And then we're going to do... It's amazing that I can play this and kind of talk at the same time. Anyway, then we're going to do the Do You Like Butter section twice as long. So we're going to do 8 Do You Like Butter. So pace yourself. Yeah. Okay, you ready, Kai? How'd you go to do the trick? The timing sucks, you just flap the flick. Well, be free range, do it anywhere. My granny even does it in a wheelchair. Well, they're well in turn with those who tell this dance to enhance romance. With a daggy dance, let them straight on the gauntlet way. They may still cutting on someday to the buttercup. Maybe someday they'll cutting on, yeah. Jelly's in the yellow bloom in the partner's chin, and maybe show a golden globe on the chin is kin. That your task is to watch the spread on which they king. You brush your carrots embarrassed with his margarine is what I... Do you like butter? Tell me. Do you like butter? Are you lactose intolerant? Do you like butter? Help me, oh, come on. Do you like butter? 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 Oh, move around with a derriere, turning arms in a bovine stick. And flick that buttercup, well, that's about it. I hope you found it fun. Now you're bound to spread around to one and all, a stranger, friend and foe. So the seed and buttercups tend to grow. Whoa. Don't grow roots and vegetate. Good things come to those who gyrate. Move around with a derriere, turning arms and a bovine stare. And flick that buttercup in the air. Walk away like you just don't care. Move around with a derriere, turning arms and a bovine stare. And flick that buttercup in the air. Walk away like you just don't care. Move around with a derriere, turning arms and a bovine stare. And flick that buttercup in the air. Walk away like you just don't care. Well, thank you very much. Right.
I hope everyone was dancing.
I will never know, will we?
No.
We're never going to know. We'll just have to guess.
So, gosh, how's the taping going? We've have we got a request? Okay, you dig in for a request, and I'll just look at the list. And yes, we've got a couple to go. Yep, go.
Oh, my kids are all just talking to their grandpa. That's good.
Oh, camera's turned itself off.
Dominic, we did Missing Link already.
Oh, hang on. So for those who can't see anything, it's because the camera's turned itself off, and Will's run around to turn it back on again.
Oh, it's been overheating, the poor little sausage.
Okay.
Okay, we'll have to do.
So for those who are wondering what the hell's going on there, okay, we've gone black. Don't worry, we're still there.
Well, Black Lives Matter, so that's appropriate.
This is dedicated to Black Lives Matter, and Will's just going to get the camera going.
I didn't sound facetious. I actually mean that really seriously.
Oh, absolutely. And you can't see, but Will's actually blowing into the camera to try to cool it down. We're not sure why it's overheating, but there you go. But in the meantime, Kai's going to put some black tape over the songs which have already been played. You can just imagine that. Just imagine it's in a very dark room with someone using black tape. And we have foot cam on now, so that's good.
But yes, we could do Ringbark. Dominic has requested Ringbark.
Oh, Ringbark. Let's do
Steve
Ringbark.
Berry. Hi, Steve.
G'day, Steve.
We'll see how that goes. Nice blowing into the camera there. Excellent. Yeah, no, we'll make this work. Okay, so Ringbark. This is a song that I wrote about the world, because the world's a big lump of rock and stuff, and it's not very good at understanding modern economic theory. And so the whole concept of a lot of economics is very anthropocentric and doesn't really take the earth into account. And as time's gone on, we've realised that more and more and more. So this is a song called Ringbark Your Heart, and it's dedicated to that thing. It was one of those moments I decided I needed to do a verse form that has 4 rhyming words. So each verse has 4 rhyming words, which was foolish of me, but I managed to get through it. The challenge is you set yourself as a lunatic. Here we go.
Well,
Oh,
I
my
think
guitar doesn't seem to be
we're all
working now.
glad that you set these challenges because it ends up with all these amazing songs. It's quite the what's the
go.
word? Oeuvre, isn't it?
Okay. Oh, we're back on again. Thanks, Will.
Yay!
William
a genius.
saves the day.
Okay, here we go. Let's put the beat down. Oh, that was rubbish. Oh, I've turned that thing up again.
And every song has a different looping setup because Mal likes to use the loopers to the absolute extent of their capabilities.
go. I think that hi-hat's going to drive me nuts if I hear that too often. Here we go. It's a bit better. That's better.
Oh, you've already told them about the song. Mal's just putting his phone on silent because I keep hearing the messages pop up. Sorry, he can't actually read them at the moment.
Oh, yeah, there's probably requests on there as well. But we'll play this song and then
let's
we'll
do
get
the
into the
song
requests. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. My sister said Will's Buttercup special effects were 10 out of 10. See, I didn't get to see them.
Oh, yeah, I did notice briefly. They were
Champion.
very cool.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Money go rounds over round, the gambling horse is bound. Throw the Turan cowboy to the ground. So will he survive, take a dive, or play his foe alive? Armed with a Gucci watch and a four-wheel drive, singing Ringbark your heart, subdivide your soul. Ringbark your heart, subdivide your soul. Pay that troll his toll. A virtual tear so sincere is programmed to appear. The sound of padding backs is coming near. That's my turn off, let me out right here. The earth doesn't understand economics. Volcanoes really don't give a hoot about political theory. Gravity goes down and entropy tends to go up, whatever that means to a rock. And for the ocean there's no notion of religious devotion, and yet we'll still be finding new cows to kowtow to when the sun gives up with a cough, 'cause we think we're so tough. So is it right to export the same stuff we import, all in the name of good financial sport? Humanity flows in exposing something on the nose. On the face of the earth the nasty freckle grows, singing Ringbark your heart, subdivide your soul. Ringbark your heart, subdivide your soul. Pay that troll his toll. A virtual tear so sincere is programmed to appear. The sound of padding backs is coming near. That's my turn up, let me out right here. The earth doesn't understand economics. Volcanoes really don't give a hoot about political theory. Gravity goes down and entropy tends to go up, whatever that means to a rock. And for the ocean there's no notion of religious devotion, and yet we'll still be finding new cows to kowtow to when the sun gives up with a cough, 'cause we think we're so tough. The earth doesn't understand economics. Volcanoes really don't give a hoot about political theory. Gravity goes down and entropy tends to go up. Whatever that means to a rock and for the ocean, I've no notion of the little devotion. And yet we'll still be finding new cows to kowtow to when the sun gives up with a cough. Cause we think we're so tough. Oh yeah, we think we're so tough. Oh yeah, Ringbark your heart, subdivide your soul. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's lovely having an audience. Oh, thank you, dear.
It is beautiful.
All right. So, I should. Pizza Resistance. Have we actually had a request for that, or was that from
Steve
you?
Berry, I think.
Steve Berry. Great. Brilliant. Excellent. I'll just poke my phone a little bit for fun. Yep.
Oh, Steve
Great.
Jeffroy's here. Yay. Hi, Steve.
Excellent. This song
We
isn't
miss
it?
you guys.
Yeah.
We were actually supposed to be over there. Was it this
Pretty
week
much
or
now.
last week?
in
we
Norwich.
were supposed to be in Norwich visiting Steve and his fabulous family. Never mind. Another time.
Well, this is a song called Pizza Resistance. Once upon a time, I had this idea to have a pizza restaurant where all the pizzas were named after famous peaceful resistance leaders, and the restaurant was called Pizza Resistance. I thought it was hilarious. But not being a restaurateur, I was never going to get round to it. So I decided to write a song. So this is like the theme tune to the Pizza Resistance restaurant. And it's quite a complicated one. I'm going to need Kylie to talk to you. Tell them about Aung San Suu Kyi.
Well, yes, Aung San Suu Kyi was one of the peaceful resistance leaders. Being a Nobel Peace Prize winner, she had a pizza in the Pizza Resistance restaurant. But unfortunately, due to more recent occurrences where perhaps she hasn't been such a good peaceful resistance leader.
At all.
She's off the menu. Short story. She's off the menu.
Genocide
which is a pity.
doesn't really help you. But
No.
No. Scorecard on pizza
But her
resistance.
pizza was really cool. It was the Aung San Suu Kyi's.
Made perfect sense. Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, but yeah, I think my favourite is the Julian Assange Listen Out for that
So
one.
and we replaced Aung San Suu Kyi with Josephine Baker, who a lot of people just know as someone who dances in banana skirts. But she was an amazing resistance worker during the war in France, and then she...
and also for equality. She was one of the people that would... I think she refused to perform
in segregated venues
in segregated
America.
venues, yeah.
So a lot of the venues in the southern states of America became segregated because of her.
Yeah, among others, but yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She did good work as well as doing a cool banana dance.
As one does. Okay, this has a ridiculous loop. It's good to get this one out of the way because it hurts my brain as well as Kylie's. And it features all
There's
over
quite a
instruments.
lot of hard songs in this set.
It's the tricky ones. Okay, here we go. Oh, wrong button. We'll see if there's a clip too much off. Oh, no, that's all right. But having said that, let's just undo that layer for the moment. But we'll bring it back, don't worry. Yeah, baby. Okay, busting out the Imbira. Now for this song, I'm putting a blob of blue tack on one of the notes of the Imbira to flatten it. So it means I've got a flat. I've got a flat and seventh on this, but I've also got a major seventh as well, and as well as. So I've got this chord as well as this. Oh, too much fun. Okay, here we go. Ready, Kai?
Yeah.
This song is for a restaurant I've long visualized, an imaginary franchise for the disenfranchised, a fictional kitchen which for globally famed, fearless leaders of love that is nobly named. In these slices of life, find kindness entwined, like water for chocolate, through the stomach to the mind. Whoa, come eat at the pizza resistance. Come eat all the peas for persistence. Non-violent people's revolution spins round your platter. Dreaming about the zeros who really truly matter. First up, Buttercup, we have the Dalai Lama. One of everything, the supreme karma farmer. Then the Nelson Mandela, a top seller. It'll govern your taste buds. It takes a long time in the oven. Then the Martin Luther King, aka MLK, mushroom medicine cake. So we'll play it right away. Then the Josephine Basic cake, when just desserts and segregated flavors. A swirl of banana exerts, and less French dressing disconcerts. Come eat at the pizza resistance. Come eat at the peaceful persistence. Non-violent people's revolution spins round your platter, revering the kind of heroes who truly matter. Fine dining, combining a reminder call with a comestible, that's the best of all. Celebration, it's a festival, and salivation, it's delectable. Salutation of salvation through satiation. Up next on the specials is the Corazon Aquino, the Manila Photo Pizza, or Calzone Filipino, and then the Cansarawiwa Nigerian effect, with no oil or shellfish out of respect. And then the Julian Assange features leaks, of course, the taste of Ecuador with a secret sauce. Then the Gandhi knocks his socks off, but not so hot that it's untouchable. It's fast food, and yet it's not. Pass the salt, make it one with the law. What you got? But in each case, each cake tasty topping needs a supportive base to stop it popping. Eyes of grind for fine flowers, whole grain and seeded, growing rosy heated when dough is needed. The heat increased, yeast increased in size, the trusted crust and the faithful rise. Whoa, come eat at the pizza resistance. Come eat at the peas for persistence. Non-violent people's revolution spins round your platter, revering the kind of heroes who really truly matter. Fine dining, combining a reminder call with a comestible, that's the best of all. Celebration, it's a festival, and salivation, it's delectable. Salutation of salvation through satiation, and guaranteed the ingredients of every morsel in our range is organically and ethically sourced. And of course it's a given that the menu is subject to change. It's the women and the men who inspired it, decided. So we would fight it, Joe. And with a jukebox stuck with Bob Marley and John Lennon, and a bookshelf stuck with Gene Sharp, Tolstoy and Thoreau. Extend the menu beyond the venue to fund offenders of arrests that maybe you don't know. Like the Cesar Chavez, if I'm precious, what you're seeking for green. So Bob Brown is my, but never me. Take a seat, try the Rosa Parks, the Olive Paul. Although no band women's initiative pizza, try them all. Then the Lauri Yakanama Laulu Mama Way. It's a long way from the flavor of the Lek of Valesa, the Vaclav Havel, the Gabawi, the Toto, Kakapita, the Kapiti Orangma, Desmond Tutu, woo! Or maybe even you, huh? Come meet at the pizza resistance, comida la pizza, comida resistance, non-violent people's revolution, spend round your life, revering the non-violent really truly matter, spend round your life, revering the non-violent really truly matter, spend round your life, revering the non-violent really truly matter, spend round your life, revering the non-violent really truly matter, validation, revering the non-violent really truly matter, validation, comida the pizza resistance, comida la peace for persistence, non-violent people's revolution spins round your platter, revering the kind of heroes who really truly matter. Kylie Morrigan on the beatbox on the end there. Nice. All right. I feel like we should do something relaxing after that, I think. Well, I think for the listener that's relatively relaxing, but for us it's a tap dancing challenge. That's actually interesting because today we've done Missing Link, which is 3 chords repeating, and that's 3 chords repeating in the same way, but a longer form 3 chord repeating thing. And the song before, Ringbark, was actually a 5 chord form with a 4-bar phrase over the top, and the chorus is a 7 chord form with a 4-bar phrase over the top.
It's all true. This
It's
is what
really-
he makes me play over.
It's yeah. I like
And
this.
did you explain the round on that one, by the way?
Oh yeah, so that because it's a 3-bar form, but we phrase 4 across it, then it ends up being a 4-part round, but only 3 sections of it. So it's because the round comes in before the end of the phrase, it ends up being a 4-part round, even though there's only 3 phrases. Listen back to it
He's
and
a
see if
little
you can
bit
identify
clever.
that. Yeah, and I love writing rounds. Rounds are so much fun. Well, I reckon maybe we should do Laksa. Now that we've done food,
Yeah.
let's go from food to food.
Food to food. Oh, I better scrub that off.
So this is a song called Laksa. I wrote a song called Tim Tam Slam, which we did in the last live stream. And as a result of that song, people kept bringing Tim Tams to my gigs. I don't actually really like eating that much sugar. And so I decided to write a song about a food that I really like and would like people to bring to my gigs, and that was Laksa. And so this is my little song about curry Laksa, and
Which is a lot more messy.
to bring to a gig.
Yeah. It's tricky to transport. Although slamming Tim Tams gets pretty messy too.
So, yeah, this is called Laksa. You should know that a Tom Chul Gong is the Thai, the Thai Vietnamese version of a Laksa. Thai or Vietnamese? Oh God, I've now forgotten. I think it's Vietnamese. Write in which one it is. Might be both. I know Gong is Vietnamese for prawn. Maybe. Oh no, I'm really. Is that Thai? Oh, maybe that's Thai. Tom Yum Gong. So Tom Chul Gong is, I think, where you've got coconut juice in it. So it's like a Laksa. Thai.
Everyone's hungry
Oh,
now,
that's
aren't
right.
they?
It was it was the restaurant I used to go to that was called Thai Viet. So they had Vietnamese and Thai. That's why I'm confused.
Yeah.
Golly gosh.
I love fusion restaurants though. Something for everyone.
Well, interesting, because this song's a bit of a fusion, a bit of a jazz rock fusion number. No, it's not. Anyway, but it'd be great if it were. Now, this song features both of us doing fake wah-wahs with our face, just in case you wondered what the hell is going on, because this song desperately needs a bit of wah-wah, so we've just done it with our face. Dabbled in Tom Chul Gong for a while, but a Laksa's lackadaisical style. Can some make and cope in a shrouded dream, but a Laksa's at home in a crowded street scene. Just hold on tight and don't wear white. My favorite place to go when I'm down on my lucks. We Malay Cafe where they do a good laksa. The price is right, the date goes shy. Don't wear white. The waitress comes to me, no expression on her face. Could be fire inside a serene chilly surface. She smiled despite my wild delight, and don't wear white. Ooh, Laksa, for thrills and spills, it's superlative du jour. Ooh, Laksa, for all your ills, it's a brothel have a cure. Cause I'll be sculling the tricks till I sweat like jelly night. Lips tingling in the afterglow of a sacred fishy ride. Just hold on tight and don't wear white. A marbled lava lake, blood from Jack Pollock's toe. Upon a tofu shore, creamy tides ebb and flow. The prawns in bite, a tender bite, and don't wear white. Pasta shiatsu pats you with long floppy fingers. A canoodling spoonful so pungently lingers. Attain your height, and taste but flight, and don't wear white. Laksa, for all the thrills, it's superlative du jour. Ooh, Laksa, for all your ills, it's a brother happy cure. Cause I'll be sculling the dregs till I sweat like jelly night. Lips tingling in the afterglow of a sacred fishy ride. If you like your dining with moaning and whining, if you want me to stay, don't take my breath away. Just hold on tight and don't wear white. My favorite place to go when I'm down on my lucks, we Malay Cafe where they do a good laksa. Oh yeah. Yeah, Kylie Morrigan on the fake wah-wah violin. Oh, it's like tracking.
Oh, we lost the camera.
Yeah, we lost the camera
Never
again.
mind, it'll come back.
Yeah, it's fine. We just get to look at my feet for a while.
Yeah.
Feet,
Is it
dancing
back?
feet, dancing
Oh,
feet.
great. Oh, he's quick, isn't he? Oh, it's
Might have
got
to do a general reset on it or something.
General reset here.
Excellent. So, well, that was fun. So how are we going on the, is it
I
time?
think we should do one. No, I think one more, maybe. Oh, do you think it's time?
Is it time for Pinky Moon yet?
No.
We've got,
I
no?
think it might be time for Winks to hit the button.
To hit the button?
Can you hit the button, Winks?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have the spontaneous phone-in loop. So everyone get your phones ready. Get your phones ready. And in the length of this thing where you get the phone number given to you, you have to ring my number.
It's loop time.
So call this number.
040-9400-032. 040-9400-032.
Now it is time for a loop. So let's loop.
Arranged and recorded by Mal Webb.
Oh
We're
my
back.
God.
We're back and we have a phone call.
And we have a phone call.
Who's on the phone?
Who we got?
Oh, we haven't got it. Hang on, we've just got to turn it. It's going through the desk. Ooh, with a crackly lead. That's less than ideal. Whoops, hang on.
Hang in there, Jed. Are you there?
Who is it, Jed?
It's Jed.
It's my eldest. Oh, no, that's terrible. Okay, that's not going to
Let's do
work.
the dodgy into the mic version.
This will work. This will be fine.
Okay. So how you going, Jed? Excellent. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yay!
Oh, yay.
Brilliant.
Hi, Jed.
Thank you, Jed. Sorry about it. I was just mucking around with the lead and it just didn't work, so let's just go back to old technology. So you get to get the nice old school radio voice version of this process. Is that all right with you?
That's totally fine.
Excellent.
Cool. Oh no, someone else is calling. You can
Oh,
hear the beep.
we've got several calls.
Sorry,
Sorry, everyone.
we've already got someone.
Okay.
I just feel so mean.
Well, they'll get over it. So, Jed, I suspect you know the process of this.
I've got a reasonable idea.
Excellent. Okay. So I'll tell you when I've pressed the button and just do what you like. Here we go. Go.
Terribly testing tongue twisters. Terribly testing tongue twisters.
Nice.
Oh, you're a genius.
Terribly testing tongue twisters.
Oh, I hung up on him. Oh,
Terribly
Jed,
testing
I'm
tongue
sorry.
twisters.
I pressed the wrong button.
Terribly testing tongue twisters.
I thought pressing that button
get
would
out.
stop the loop. I wanted to stop the loop so I could actually talk to him. Jed! Oh, so that was Kylie's oldest son who called in. Oh, Jed, we love you. Sorry to hang up on
Actually,
you.
if you watched, was it last time he was here and
He was
played-
here.
Yeah,
And he did the
played
Team
piano
Sam
with it.
Slam.
Oh, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was Jed. Jed, I feel like, I'm a bad
It's
man.
a family affair.
Poked the wrong button.
That's all right. We
Anyway.
can apologise.
But we have a glorious loop from Jed.
Yeah.
Terribly testing tongue twisters.
It's good.
Terribly testing tongue twisters.
Okay, now for those who don't know this process,
Terribly
I put it
testing
in.
tongue
I
twisters.
put him in the looper, and
Terribly testing tongue twisters.
we're going to take the rhythm and the
Terribly
melody
testing tongue twisters.
of what we do over this from his sentence.
Terribly testing tongue twisters.
About that.
Terribly testing tongue twisters.
Are you thinking of it in D flat?
Terribly testing
Thanks,
tongue
Jed.
twisters.
D flat. Fabulous.
Terribly testing tongue twisters.
Yeah.
Terribly testing tongue twisters. 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 Terribly testing tongue twisters.
It's kind of an A flat minor for those out there.
Terribly
Minor,
testing
really? It
tongue
sounds majory.
twisters. Terribly testing tongue twisters. Terribly testing tongue twisters.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it as A minor. Look, feel it how you want.
Terribly testing tongue twisters. Terribly testing tongue twisters. Terribly testing tongue twisters.
I do not like them, Sam, I am.
Terribly testing tongue twisters.
No, I do not like them, Sam. I don't like goats and boats or fruits and loads. Stuck in they're stuck in your throat. No, I don't like the goat in the throat, on the boat, and any kind of goat. No, when they got the groats, I don't know what groats are. I think there's something like some kind of grain gets in my brain. Some kind of grain gets in my brain. I don't like goats and goats or groats or anything like that. No, Dr. Seuss can get out of here. I don't want to have him in here at all. I just rhyme here with here. That's no good, cause I'm no good at this anyway. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna keep going anyway. Here we go. Yeah, got some Beatle chorus there. Do that again, Kylie.
Terribly testing tongue twisters. Terribly testing tongue twisters. Terribly testing tongue twisters.
Sweet.
Terribly
Nice.
testing tongue twisters.
I think we better actually put a bit of a horn section on it.
Terribly testing tongue twisters. 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 Terribly testing tongue
Let's pump this a bit more.
Terribly testing tongue twisters. Terribly testing tongue twisters. Terribly testing tongue twisters. Terribly testing tongue twisters.
bit crunchy, yeah. Opera time.
Terribly testing tongue twisters.
Nice. Thanks, Jed. That was amazing. I'll never hang up on you ever again.
Terribly testing tongue twisters.
Yeah, that's very good.
You got some good tongue twisters in there.
Well, that was maybe the worst horn line I've ever written. It was it was beautifully clunky. Every line I went for, I was like, no, I didn't mean to do that, or that one, or last one was all right. But I love those spontaneous moments, like, oh, a few of those lyrics went all right. Let's just see how the horn line goes. Nah. Alrighty. So, wow, we haven't got that many to go. Maybe we should do something peaceful now.
Like Henrietta Lacks.
Oh, that'd be nice. Don't you?
No, because I had them and then I gave them to you.
That was foolish of you. Kai's got some cheat sheet for me this one, because beautiful. I'll stick it on this stand here. This is a song which I originally wrote as Dear Helen Lane. And it's about a woman who's actually called Henrietta Lacks, who back in the 50s sadly got cervical cancer. Cervical. Hang on, which is neck and which is not neck?
That one.
Cervical cancer, yeah. And she sadly died of it, but they used her biopsy in research. Well, they realized that the cells from her biopsy were quite amazing. So the guys at Johns Hopkins University went, oh, this is very useful. So they used them, and they're still using them in research. And if you got all those cells from this one woman's cervical cancer biopsy, if you got them all in one place at one time nowadays, it'd be bigger than a blue whale. There's that much of her body in the world now. As time's gone on, the family have realised this and are a little bit offended, and maybe feel that they deserve something, which is totally legitimate. But anyway, I first heard about it back in the early 80s when Dad told me about it, and at this point, it wasn't particularly well known about, and sort of late 80s really, and because he was using HeLa cells, and he was, because Dad he was a geneticist, and he'd often talk about stuff I didn't really understand, and he mentioned HeLa cells, and I said, Dad, stop, wait. What are HeLa cells? And he said, oh, they're these cells from this woman who died in the 50s. And he told me the story. But at that point, her real name was kind of not really known. And they just knew HeLa cells, as in Henrietta Lacks. But that was the code. And people made up stories saying her name was actually Helen Lane. And so that's what Dad thought. And so he told me that. And so I wrote a song called Helen Lane. And then I sang it for quite a while, and then eventually it came out that her name was actually Henrietta Lacks, and so I had to change the lyrics quite heavily. But I thought, well, Helen Lane, it's so nice to sing, and so I just changed the last verse to suit it. Then a couple of years ago, I thought that's kind of lame, really, and so I thought I'd rewrite the whole song to be about Henrietta Lacks. And so that's what we're going to do now. So this is the cheat sheet, which is the lyrics that have had to change. And because I've still got Helen Lane stuck in my head, I have to reprogram myself.
And I wasn't totally listening. So I apologise. I was reading comments. Did you mention that it's on your latest album?
Oh,
which is actually
point,
a very
Kylie.
different version of it. It's a full-on pumping disco version. And it's one of the best arrangements I think I've ever heard Mal do. He's quite an incredible arranger. So it's that's worth having a listen to if you haven't heard it. But this is the beautiful, gentle version.
Which the disco version is the original version. So when I first wrote Helen Lane, it was the disco version that I wrote for the Oxo Cubans. And then when I started playing guitar and doing solo gigs, I thought, oh look, I'll do an acoustic version. But the original version was the disco version. So
bring back
bizarre.
Oxo Cubans, I say. Well, they're still around actually.
We're not going anywhere.
30 years. 32 years maybe now.
Excellent.
They just don't play very often.
For people who don't know their cell biology very well, this has a lot of cell biology jokes in it. Don't worry, you'll be fine. But if you've got a cell biologist nearby, just look at them and see when they're laughing so you'd know when it's funny, I guess. Here we go. Is there anything else they need to know in this song? Not really.
No.
Oh, my dad used to study Drosophila, which are a little fly, and the genetics thereof are quite amazing. They do about how many generations a day? Several generations
I love
a day.
the way you ask me.
Yeah, come on, Kylie.
Not a cell biologist.
And so, and also my sister studied Arabidopsis, which is like the plant equivalent of Drosophila. And so there's a little line dedicated to my dad and my sister in there. Here we go. Well, I propose a toast to the my toastest with the mostest. She's a ghost who can boast from coast to coast in every heel herself. She's more cultured than Chanel, Cartier or YSL. But she's tired of being quite so huge and dizzy from the centrifuge. She's quick, frozen, color fast. Her prison cell is built to last. Dear Henrietta Lacks, did you know your coffin's final nail is bigger than a blue whale? A zillion artifacts, grown as long as cell biologists like peering at your private bits. 'Cause it's a grand humiliation, showing now across the nation. Mutation on a huge scale, bigger than a blue whale, bigger than a blue whale. Dear Henrietta Lacks, did you know that bit you left behind may help to cure its own kind? So many saintly acts may claim a little perch in every church for contributions to research. 'Cause it's a grand humiliation, showing now across the nation. Mutation on a huge scale, bigger than a blue whale, bigger than a blue whale. Well, back in 51, you see, my lady had a malady, a cervix abnormality that led to her fatality. Herself went for a biopsy that showed up the malignancy, but also a propensity to multiply so rapidly that the scientists went on to see what other uses there could be for her expansive qualities. They shared around extensively to every good laboratory. Her fame was spreading globally to nowadays she's said to be the biggest lonely clone there'll ever be. Arabidopsis and Drosophila may have advice to offer her on how it's best to keep you cool when you become a research tool. Dear Henrietta Lacks, did you know your flock of little vultures divide and conquer lesser cultures? Not much want to relax, yet parties even left out on the shelf, immortally beside itself. Dear Henrietta Lacks, did you know the part you left to science is now a giant among giants? And for a grand climax, your omnipresent question bids the answer. God's a black woman's cancer. 'Cause it's a grand jubilation, showing now across the nation. Mutation on a huge scale, bigger than a blue whale, 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 bigger than a blue whale. Kylie Morrigan on the violin there. Lovely. We better do something jolly after that. It's quite. It's peaceful.
Loopy.
Loopy.
Do you want to do
Do you want to do Doona Hog?
or Pinky Moon?
Oh, Pinky. Okay, let's do Pinky Moon. We'll do a bit of a ramp into the ending.
Mark it off on the list.
Yes,
Excellent.
yes.
Oh, the stomp wasn't on there. No wonder it wasn't going stumpy. Oh, because I unplugged it for Jed not to go through. Excellent. I'll fix that in a moment. This is a song called Pinky and Moon. Now, you might not really realize this, but when you see a full moon on the horizon and you think, oh my God, it's enormous, it's not. It's an optical illusion. And if you hold your little finger up, no matter how big the moon looks on the horizon, or the sun for that matter, you can always cover it with your outstretched little finger. Really, I'm not making this up. And so the reason your brain thinks the moon's bigger when it's on the horizon is because everything else that goes to the horizon gets smaller. But the moon doesn't, it stays the same size. So your brain thinks it's bigger. It's called the moon illusion, and the Greeks used to debate why it happened. And it's because of the whole lines of perspective going to the horizon. But also because on the horizon, the moon's a bit dimmer, so you can see more detail. And also you've got things to have relate it to, so like buildings and mountains and trees and stuff. So you go, oh my God, it's huge. Where it's up there, you've got nothing to relate it to. Anyway, the moon illusion. And oh, it keeps over. Okay, so we're changing cameras
Changing
again.
cameras. Yes, sorry about the wobbly
fantastic.
camera.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Will's just reworking the camera, and it's all good. Yeah, fantastic. Perfect.
So we won't have foot cam anymore. But
That's all right. Yeah, no.
Oh,
Excellent.
okay,
So-
fair point.
So he's just going to leave the
You can-
the
yeah.
main camera off for a while, which is a wonderful Sony camera. Not doing an ad or anything, but yeah. So we can see. Yeah, so we're seeing the delayed version here. Okay. So yeah. So this
So
is called.
the main camera will be back hopefully at the end of this song.
I quite like the dodgy cam version as well. It's all nice. Look at it, it's all flared and horrid. So this is a song that because it's about the moon and giant steps are what you take walking on the moon according to Sting, then I thought I'd better base the song around Giant Steps, which is a John Coltrane tune, which you might know. And it's got a cool chord progression that goes up a minor third, down a fifth, up minor third, down a fifth, round the cycle. So it goes like that. And so it goes round the key circle in major thirds for those who like that sort of thing. And then I came up with my own version of it, which goes backwards. So it goes down a minor third, up a fifth. So it's like that, which is kind of fun. So it's like backwards Coltrane changes. If that makes sense to anyone, brilliant. But this entire song is based around that. And the cool thing about those chord changes is because they kind of orbit. They just keep going round and round in circles, a bit like the moon. There you go. Okay. Looking on. You all set, Kai?
Yes.
Now, this song starts with Kai doing some acting and me doing some acting. She plays the role of the love-struck girl, and I'm the nerdy guy.
It's just like real life. Hey, Mal,
Yeah?
look at the moon.
Uh-huh.
It's enormous.
Oh, well, actually the moon is always much the same size in appearance. Apogee to perigee is just 12% in variance. The sun's about the same by strange coincidence. 400 times the moon's size, but 400 times the distance, hence that when near the horizon they appear supersized. Indeed, when lines of perspective meet with earthly points of reference, heed the ancient seers who too oft dwell on why it seems lone moon doth swell. It's tricking you to think it's grown, but put it in its place by sticking something known between it and your face.
Oh, Mal, you're so romantic.
Yeah. You can always cover the moon with your outstretched little finger. No matter how huge it might appear to be, you may not believe it, but soon not an ounce of doubt will linger as you behold at arm's length held your meager midget digits with eclipse that lunar glow. And its corona's all that slips by as it flips that old illusion on its head. Instead, you might even swoon as you align that syzygy of eye, pinky, and moon.
Yes, dear, that reminds me of something.
What's it making you think of,
Yes,
dear?
I don't know.
Yeah, what you got?
First floor, Manchester and haberdashery. Yes.
What else you got in that lift of yours?
Second floor, cafeteria and fromagerie.
Why the fromagerie, dear?
Well, because the moon is made of cheese.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yes.
Have you got anything else there?
Yes, all the way up to the top floor. A rooftop garden and observatory to look at the moon.
But then again, if you prefer to keep the mystery, maintain the magic, please don't let your poxy pinky party poop and pop that blue balloon. Or so expose that sleight of hand of God. Cause lift your finger for the half-on face, for revealing its pony old cosmic conjuring. Just forget I ever said a thing. Okay, so now, we're gonna do it in 4-part harmony. Are you ready, Kai? You can always cover the moon with your outstretched little finger. No matter how huge it might appear to me, you may not believe it, but soon not an ounce of doubt will linger as you behold at arm's length held your meager midget digits with the clips that lunar glow, and its corona's all that slips by as it flips that old illusion on its head. Instead, you might even swoon as you align that scissor G of I, pinky and moon. When life's problems loom out of proportion, scale them back into tune. Melt allegory amid melody, make melody a mere memory. Groove soothingly, that scissor G of I, pinky and moon. Oh, thanks, Kai. That was lovely. Oh, camera's back.
Oh, camera back. Woohoo! Amazing. That was a little cameo from Housebound and Wi-Fi from Mal's musical Naughty and Noisy,
Get that all right?
which is definitely worth a look if we get to perform that again.
Brilliant.
Hopefully. Actually, we're going to be recording Naughty and Noisy starting tomorrow.
Oh no, I've
You've
got
already
quite,
done
yeah,
a lot.
I've done quite a lot.
But I mean, really
Hard.
yeah.
And we might do an online version of it once we get this. Once we
Yeah.
get the recording done.
That'll be next
No
year.
rush. No rush. Okay, well, that's pretty good. Pinky Moon done. So we've done this. Whole middle section's done.
Brooke's Jetty.
Okay.
Or Soy Dandy. We're not letting anyone make requests, are we? I'm sorry. There's not much left to choose from. Hi, Sean. Nice to see you.
Someone's asked, does the new album have homeostasis? Now, well, the new album, which we will do at some point, will have homeostasis. But the last gig has homeostasis. So if you want to watch the one and only ever recording
Yeah.
and the first ever performance of homeostasis, then I'll ask you, which is linked off my website. So the easiest way to find the link to those gigs is to either, well, you can go to the YouTube channel, or you can go to my website and go to the gigs page, and they're all listed out with nice, easy links.
Yay.
There you go.
And Mal's also gone through and put the song titles in the comments
With the times.
With the time.
So if you just click on the time in the
specific song,
if it well, not in the comments, but in the description.
oh, in the description.
Yeah, and if you click on the time, it takes you to that spot of the thing.
Oh wow,
which is really cool
It's a
of it.
link.
It's an actual link.
Clever. But yes, we have to record Naughty and Noisy first, and then we'll record another album of Mal songs because there's a bunch of new ones.
We got some work ahead of us.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. So Brooks
we
Jetty
go?
is
Oh,
a little
Brooks
jetty just over there. And sadly, a couple of years ago, they knocked it down. Well, it had a bit of damage from a certain storm that went through. And they... so rather than... I'm not... Yeah, we name names in the song. That'll do. Actually, no, we don't. Anyway, it was... Yeah, Parks Vic. We're looking after it officially. And they rather than spending the money on doing it up and trying to restore it, which, they kind of should have. Anyway, they knocked it down instead. And so a lot of the locals were very upset by that. We all have very fond memories of Brooks Jetty. And so there's been a big concerted effort to bring it back, and it looks like it's going all pretty damn well. So
They have to do something with it. They have to do some kind of repair. The question now is, if they build a jetty, who is responsible for maintaining it? That's the sticking point. But if you're interested at all, go to Bring Back Brooks Jetty, BBBJ.
The BBBJ team.
They're
Exactly.
an awesome bunch of people.
So this is dedicated to all the BBBJ team people out there, Gabrielle and Deborah Brand and Dick Ross and, oh God, I've forgotten everyone's name.
Di.
So
sorry.
many people.
Yeah, there's lots of wonderful people.
Excellent.
And this is on Mal's latest album as well, with the wonderful Sam Laman doing guitar on it, who lives very locally. He lives like a stone's throw away.
And he would have come and played on it today, except he's down
got
at
a
Archie.
gig.
Yeah, gig down in Archie's Creek. So there you go. This is a true story. My granddad did actually tell me that, my grandma told me that her and granddad used to come down wandering down in St Kilda when they were kids. Go to the skating rink when they were little. Aww. So there you go. Are you ready? We'll do the intro. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. When Granddad was a young man in St Kilda, you could bet he would take Grandma strolling summer evenings out along Brooks Jetty. When all was hot and sweaty, that cool breeze was just in reach. When perched above the lapping waters off the crowded beach. Oh, Brooks Jetty, Bayside lovers held you dear, singing your sweet counterpoint to St Kilda Pier. But 2014 shook you to your core when a mighty windstorm swept across Victoria, with the timbers shivered, yet those caring for you just watched you fall apart and then tore you down. But the good folks of St Kilda then demanded they rebuild a jetty equal in renown. Our voices will resound as a tribute to the joy you brought to St Kilda town. They said it's unsafe, but nothing's safe when folks lack common sense. They said it's of no use or historical significance. But a century ago it was a thriving boating club, and ever since it's always been a vibrant social hub. Oh, Brooks Jetty, Bayside lovers held you dear, singing your sweet counterpoint to St Kilda Pier. Fred Brooke must have been tumbling in his grave at that disrespectful, underhand behavior, and the tears and pain of those who tried to save you. While you've been gone, we've never let our hopes drown, 'Cause the good folks of St. Kilda kept demanding they rebuild a jetty equal in renown. Our voices will resound as a tribute to the joy you brought to St. Kilda town. To sit upon Brooke's jetty's end with dangled feet and setting sun, to curse at jet skis, gaze at clouds and waves as ukuleles strum, to watch the fun and frolic on the foreshore, pure St. Kilda bliss, from such a tranquil vantage point, to dwell, to dream, to reminisce. Oh, Brooke's jetty, Bayside lovers held you dear, singing your sweet counterpoint to St. Kilda Pier. But soon you'll be rebuilt and so much more. All the locals celebrate in mass euphoria for the BBBJ team who so adore ya. They had a dream and they did not let us down. 'Cause the good folks of St. Kilda kept demanding they rebuild a jetty equal in renown. Our voices will resound as a tribute to the joy you brought to St. Kilda town. So for those people who know that song, you might realise we'd updated the lyrics. So we brought it more up to date, and it tells a bit of the full story of the thing. So,
And we're not
yes.
gonna, there's really big issues in the world and there's smaller issues, but you've got to
Keep it local.
Yeah.
Think globally, but act locally, as they
Yes.
say.
But
everything's important.
we should also mention that my brain just started up and then it stopped again. There you go. It happens sometimes. We should mention that thing that no. Let's not mention that. Oh yeah, on the CD is the original lyrics. And if you Google it, my Brooke Jetty song, or if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a video which has a lovely montage along with the song with the fabulous Sam LeMan playing on it. There you go. That's the thing I was going to say. Whew, brain's back. Thank God for that. How we going there, Kaiser?
We've got 3 songs to go by my reckoning. 3
Oh,
songs
brilliant.
to go.
Oh,
So
how
I
you,
think we
how you
should
going?
do-
So you're hanging in.
Oh, I've got to cross that off.
Yeah, got to cross that off. Yeah, no.
I
Pinky
think
moon.
we should do Doona Hog.
Okay. She got a
and
plan.
Then Soy Dandy.
Soy Dandy.
And then drop.
Brilliant. She's got a plan. It's a plan. It's a plan. How you hanging in there, Will? You good? Brilliant. Good. Yes. No, we do tend to do marathons. We tend to leave them wanting less. It's our job. And yes, the last 4 months, it's 4 months, isn't it? The 4 months of COVID, what I call the global, what do we call it? The global lurgy limbo. Global lurgy limbo has been bizarre, but it's also been fantastic in terms of learning about this whole live streaming business that, and particularly Will over here, who's become the full bottle on live streaming. And so it's very
It's also
disappointing
been really
for him.
nice to be in the community and to,
Oh, totally.
wave to the neighbours a bit more and
Definitely. But I should thank Will, and I'm sorry the camera is playing up. It's for those who are going,
Whoever's looking after this stream is not very good.
it's actually the camera stuffing up. It's not Will's fault.
and he's onto it like that.
Brilliant.
What are we
Okay.
doing? I said
I
it.
thought you had a plan, Kylie.
Plan.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, Doona Hog.
Doona Hog. Okay. So to Doona Hog. Oh, talk about it.
Oh, yeah, Doona Hog. Okay, so this is probably an issue that a lot of you are familiar with. No matter how much you love your partner, sometimes in the middle of the night when they roll over with the doona, and you're left, shivering in the cold. That's known as being a Doona Hog.
It is
And
indeed.
I'm sure there's a few of you going, yeah.
Yeah, that old thing. I've been doing a few tricks with my face this afternoon, which I've just been, because the looping's been so complicated and stuff, I've probably run over the fact that I've been doing some strange stuff to my face. I've been doing the sideways yodeling, which is like yodeling sideways. But I've also been doing occasion beatboxing sort of stuff. And that sound is actually the tip of my tongue. So this song features a bit of sideways yodeling and tip of my tongue work in a very subtle manner. during this song. It also features another 4-part harmony, and it's another non-parallel 4-part harmony. So the one in Pinky Moon, where our voices and Kai's violin are doing a normal 3-part harmony, but then my guitar's doing a non-parallel part, which is all the interesting notes, which makes it like a Mills Brothers close harmony. And so this time, if you want, you can watch the guitar part and realize that it's actually just doing all weird stuff. But if you turn your brain off, it just blends in. It's really non-parallel 4 parts are my favorite thing in the world. So let's put that beat down. No, that's dodgy already. Could do better, I reckon. No, dodgy already. Oh, it's that time of the night, isn't it? Ah, okay, one more time, and then I'm giving up. I'm leaving. Although she has enchanting lips.
One thing about relationship.
I stuffed that up as well. Okay, wind it back. Although she has enchanting lips. No, that's still wrong. Hang on, wait. Oh my God, my brain. Here we go, this time for sure. Although she has enchanting lips.
One thing about relationships
is that they are required
some give and take.
And while she is beyond compare,
the witching hour you should beware.
For there may be a sacrifice to make. Cause even when she's grumpy, she's a vision divine. Her kids are probably underplanning water to wine. But when we go to bed, I get a chill up my spine. Cause she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog. Her views on life make Dostoevsky seem a bit light. She smiles and makes the pain can get the aperture right. But waking up, I find her being exposed to the night. Cause she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog. Well, what she got has a subliminal loss for linen. And a grip so tight you'll never get it back. Won't get it back. Oh why, isn't that ordinary men and women get greedy every time they hit the stack? She's more intoxicating than a bucket of gin. And it will take her down to cross the line of her chin. But give her 20 winks and she'll be reeling it in. Cause she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog. Well, what you got has a subliminal loss for linen. And a grip so tight you'll never get it back. Won't get it back. Oh, why is it that ordinary men and women get greedy every time they hit the stack? She has a shape that only she could draw. Her IQ is a number only Brabham could score. But late at night she only likes to play tug of war. Cause she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog. Cause she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog. Cause she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, oh yeah, Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog, a Doona Hog, she's a Doona Hog. Baby. All right. Sorry about all the false starts there. Oh, my brain. Anyway, so should we do Soy Dandy?
Yes. I believe so. It's almost time for a cup of tea.
It's about time for a cup of tea. Now, I've never been a big fan of coffee, or as my sister calls it, hot beverage. I won't explain that. You can ask me later. But I've never been a huge fan of tea. I don't hate tea or anything, but I'm one of these people who gets a bit with caffeine. And so coffee and tea are just not great for me, and even chocolate, not great. And so when I discovered dandelion coffee, it was like, whoa, this is really good. And I actually prefer the taste of it. It turns out to be quite good for you. So I wrote a song about it, particularly if you put soy milk in it. It becomes Soy Dandy, or LSD, Latte Soy Dandy as they sometimes call it. But the cool thing about Soy Dandy, because in Spanish, soy means I am. And so therefore Soy Dandy is kind of like, I'm dandy, but in a really non-grammatical way. So there you go. So this song features a whole lot of really gratuitous rhymes with the word dandy, including Gandhi and Andy Pandy. And yeah, it's kind of dodgy. But this song also contains a few completely gratuitous... Is this the one with the fishing references? It is. Completely gratuitous fishing references. I know the last song was.
I thought that was card playing.
No, the last one is fishing. Yes. So in the last song, let's just go back a song for a moment. In Doona Hog, that says she's cast the line of her chin.
Oh.
Okay.
Reel her in.
Yeah, reeling it in. Cast the line of her chin. A bucket of gin. So it goes bucket, reeling, and line of it, cast the line of a chin. I just thought I'd mention that about the last song. Let's go back to this song. Okay.
All Mal's lyrics, of course, are on his website if you want to delve into that, because they do go past very quickly. It's not really possible to keep up a first listen for anyone, including Mal. He's a very meticulous songwriter. Did we mention that already? Meticulous? I think that word's been mentioned.
Meticulous, ridiculous. They all rhyme. So this is based on I really love Astor Piazzolla, but also tango generally. Like a lot of people act as if tango started with Astor Piazzolla, but there's a long, beautiful tradition of tango, and then Astor Piazzolla just took it somewhere else. So this song is kind of a tango, kind of. Here we go. Soy dandy, por que soy dandy. If you've any handy, hand me. Soy dandy. No coffee, tea, Bonox or brandy. The one drug to expand me can be Soy Dandy. Roasted dandelion roots, therapeutic to boot, though its taste has acquired a disputed repute. Let's do the bridge again. Roasted dandelion roots, therapeutic to boot, though its taste has acquired a disputed repute. Lighten up avec lait de legume or bovine. If it's your cup of tea, honey, sure will be fine. And dandy, our livers demand we deliver Soy Dandy grandly or blandly. Yet strangely, the French they piss on me, while Don Leon is frankly just dandy. Oh, well, the truth of the line is the truth of the name, for the leaf has a line which is mainly the same. Just as soy must have been from the Spanish to be, but to be is may or may not mean honey, you see. Like Gandhi on legs thin and bandy, walked in, took a standy, manding soy dandy. And Teddy once begged Daddy Pandy, lose Looby lose candy, you need soy dandy. Like beaches are sandy, I need soy dandy. Like stud bulls are randy, I need soy dandy. Like beer and lemonade is shandy, I need soy dandy. Soy dandy. Brilliant. There you go. And the crowd goes mild. Nice. How we going?
Guess what?
Oh, what's that?
Guess what?
What's that?
Last song.
Oh, last song.
Oh, gee, it's been fun.
It's been great. Thank you, Kylie.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing.
He's all right, isn't he?
Oh, you're right. Get out of here. So this is a song called Drop. You're one drop. You drop in the ocean. Because yes, you can do good things for the world and for your community and for people and the earth and all that stuff. But you have to just get round to it and not think it's just a drop in the ocean, that there's no point to it. There is a point to it. And the ocean is just full of drops. That's all the ocean is, just a whole bunch of drops. And so your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. That's what this song is. And it's a 1-4-5. No, so it's a 1-6-4-5 progression. No, it isn't. It's a 1-5-6-4. Get your head together, Mel. It's a 1-5-6-4 progression, which is that 4-chord progression that all those things are about the fact that so many songs use this chord progression in modern music. And so I decided to do my own, but start on a different chord, me being me. And so this song vacillates between starting on the 4 chord and occasionally starting on the 5 chord, which are the 2 chords that no one likes to start on much. There you go. Is there a buzz there that should be?
Have you got a buzz? Tiny bit. It's life buzzing.
Let's just keep buzzing away. Here we go. Okay, so that groove's called a 1 drop because the kick drum's on 2 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it drops the 1, and so it's got a 1 drop. So this song's about drops, and so I thought that'd be appropriate. And it also, I use this. I'll get there eventually. Yeah. Are you better at this than me, Will? On a good day, I can do it. Yeah, he's got it down.
Oh, it just
Yeah,
hurts.
no, yeah, yours is working very well today. Anyway, so if anyone can do that at home, join in when we get to that point. And here we go. It's just a drop in the ocean, you say. Wouldn't make any difference anyway. But the ocean's nothing more than a whole lot of drops like yours. You ready? Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Do you want to do it again? Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Loop it up. But the ocean's nothing more than a whole lot of drops like yours. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave that'll roll non-stop and ride a rising tide of resonating thoughts, provoke a commotion, requiring a voice, promote locomotion, movement at the feet to deplete that defeated feeling, stamp out your doubts out loud. Imagine you're dropped up high in a thundercloud, raining down on the arm of a farmer, or maybe it could be a tear on the cheek of a baby. Do you want a spider's web at dawn? Is it a spit drip flipping from the lip of a glib politician? Is it the final critical addition to a magic potion and an ending blending, harmonizing emotion, mixed right through till you are the ocean and the ocean is you? Let a metaphor be a matter for discussion. Don't underestimate the repercussions. Your ways could well strike a chord or ring a bell. Infinity stretches large and little, leaves you right in the middle. Despite the big bill, your amount can still count. It's just a drop in the ocean, you say. It wouldn't make any difference anyway. But the ocean's nothing more than a whole lot of drops like yours. Ready? Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Your one drop can make a splash, make a ripple, make a wave. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yay, we made it.
Nice fade out there, Kai. Beautiful. Well, thanks again, everyone. It's been lovely. Sorry if we haven't interacted with this so much, but you didn't have many
No.
choices to make, so we'll look through the comments later and go, oh, is that what they thought?
Ask for an encore.
What's that?
What?
What?
Nothing. Ask for an encore.
What?
I didn't say anything.
But we haven't got any songs left. Look, they're all gone. Drops
I know,
the end
but
of it.
there's a solo one that you could do.
Kai's made a request for me to do this song.
Well,
to
he was
finish with.
practicing it earlier today, and I was like, oh, I love that song. I haven't heard it for ages. So I am going to exit stage that side, and Mal's going to do a last song. Yay, because he's amazing.
Oh, stop it. This is a little song called Larry. And I wrote it after my friend Melanie Shanahan passed away, took her own life. And she was an amazing positive person, but her brain did her in, and it really got me thinking about your brain and trying to stay positive and stuff. And it's not that easy. And a lot of people think I seem like a very positive person, and surely you never get depressed, and they just tell you to get over it, but that doesn't work. Probably at this time, a lot of people are struggling with their identity and stuff, particularly artists who haven't got as much work as they might. And so this is dedicated to you all who are, carrying the weight of, because there's a lot of issues around at the moment, Black Lives Matter, and just everything going, the fact that the whole shark eating the shark of climate change and everything, everyone's going, how can't do enough? And really, be kind to yourselves. So this is a song called Larry, all about, the happy as Larry thing. There apparently was a guy called Larry who was a boxer and pub owner in Sydney. His name was Larry Foley, and they reckon that the saying happy as Larry came about because of this guy, Larry Foley, who was a dreadfully positive guy. And even when he was boxing and he'd get knocked out, he'd come to him and go, oh, I got knocked out again, did I? And just dreadfully positive fellow. But he also you got to wonder with people like that how they're going on the inside. And so this is dedicated to all the Larrys out there. Let's do it in a random key. Dum, ha, dum, ding, ha, 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 dum, ha, dum, ding, Larry, dum, ding, dum, have you heard about Larry? Dum, ding, dum, dum, he's been feeling low, dum, dum, but you'd never know. Dum, dum, he won't let it show. Dum, 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 oh, dum, dum, he's known as such a cheery chap. Dum, dum, he's fallen in the trap of putting on a happy face. Dum, dum, when that's just not the case. Oh, Larry, oh, dum, 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 it's okay to feel down. Dum, 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 oh, even the jolliest clown in town, dum, dum, at times wears a frown. Dum, 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 dum. The weight of the world is not yours alone to carry. Larry, dum, 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 oh. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming along. Thanks again to Kylie. Thanks again to Sarah. Oh, here they come, coming around. Yes. So it's been lovely to play for you all. Thanks heaps for joining in. If you want to give us some money, do so. We're very easy to give money to, and we'll you can see all the details and everything. But thanks again. Take a bow, guys. Yay! Yay! See ya.
Thanks to everyone that stayed with us for all of them.
Crazy people.
Bye.
Propose a toast to the mitosist with the mostest. She's a ghost who can boast from coast to coast in every heel I sell. She's both coach at Dan Chanel, Cartier or YSL. but she's tired of being quite so huge and dizzy from the centrifuge. She's quick, frozen, color fast. Her prison cell is built to last. Dear Henrietta Lacks, did you know your coffin's final nail is bigger than a blue whale? A zillion artifacts, grown as long as cell biologists keep peering at your private bits. Cause it's a grand humiliation, showing now across the nation. Mutation on a huge scale, bigger than a blue whale, bigger than a blue whale. Dear Henrietta Lacks, did you know that bit you left behind may help to cure its own kind? So many saintly acts may claim a little perch in every church for contributions to research. Cause it's a grand humiliation, showing now across the nation. Mutation on a huge scale, bigger than a blue whale, bigger than a blue whale. Well, back in 1953, the lady had a malady, a cervix abnormality that led to her fatality. Her cells went for a biopsy that showed up no malignancy, but also a propensity to multiply so rapidly that the scientists went on to see what other uses there could be for her expensive qualities. They shared around extensively to every good laboratory. Her fame was spreading globally till nowadays she's said to be the biggest lonely clone there'll ever be. Arabidopsis and Drosophila may have advised to offer her on how it's best to keep you cool when you become a research tool. Dear Henrietta Lacks, did you know that flock of little vultures divide and conquer lesser cultures? Not much one to relax. If parties even left out on the shelf, a more to leave beside itself. Dear Henrietta Lacks, did you know that part you left to science is now a giant among giants? And for a grand climax, your omnipresent question is the answer. God's a black woman's cancer. Cause it's a grand humiliation, showing now across the nation. Mutation on a huge scale, bigger than a blue whale, bigger than a blue whale, bigger than a blue whale.